Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Week 2, Introduction to Criminal Justice Online. Today, what we're going to be doing is talking a little bit about two things, the assignments for the upcoming week, as well as the wrap-up or the salient points of Chapter 1 that I really wanted to get across. This week, what we're going to be doing is really finishing up Chapter 1, so if you haven't finished the reading, go ahead and finish the reading for the entire chapter, as well as review the PowerPoint in the Week 1 content folder. On the other part of the assignment for this particular week, you're going to be responsible for producing a journal entry. And that journal entry is going to focus on an interesting subject, and I want you to really make sure that you give me an honest, deep down opinion about what your thoughts are regarding Narcan use by first responders. There's an associated article that you'll find in the Week 2 content folder as well that I would like you to read before you do the journal entry. So I wanted to go over and just take a few minutes about talking about the salient points relative to Chapter 1 and what we're going to be really focusing on throughout the entire semester. Chapter 1 really illustrates the balance that the entire criminal justice system attempts to achieve between individual rights of people and public order, or really recognizing the legal and constitutional rights that every one of us have and the enforcement of laws that are established by society. Due process rights are those that are afforded to all of us during any criminal prosecution. We're going to be focusing a lot on that, as well as the criminal case processing from the physical generation of a warrant to the physical arrest or citation, the booking process, arraignments, indictments in the cases of felonies, hearings on procedural due process, the trial process, sentencing, corrections, as well as reentry into society. We'll also be talking about how has the drop in the traditional crimes and crime rate over the last 20 years really stack up as compared to some things like we hear about all the time, the record homicide rate in the city of Chicago, for example. And the overall crime rate picture really doesn't necessarily reflect the actual story that we're hearing about in the media sometimes, and it really requires us a little bit more to dig deeper into those crime rates and statistics. Statistics you should think about as giving you guidance relative to what it is that we're trying to get in terms of data, but not be too quick to draw any conclusions from them. And lastly, we're going to talk about criminal justice diversity, specifically in the criminal justice system. And there was a PowerPoint video relative to Chapter 1 that I wanted you to look at. If you haven't had a chance to, go ahead and review it. In that is a video regarding diversity in the criminal justice system. More specifically, how is it that we can do a better job as law enforcement professionals to achieve diversity in our own ranks and make sure it's representative of the population that we're sworn to protect and serve? So there are some things that we're going to be focusing on a lot over the next semester. Some of the things that you found about in I think in an overview and in a snapshot were in Chapter 1 regarding what it is that we'll be talking about over the next few weeks. But again, take time to go ahead and finish up Chapter 1, review that PowerPoint, look at those videos, and give me a good, honest opinion on that journal entry. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. So have a great weekend. Have a great week coming up. If you have any questions at all, certainly reach out to me right away. For those of you who are new to the class that just signed on over the last few days, go ahead and introduce yourselves to the rest of the class through that discussion board assignment in Week 1 as well. Otherwise, have a great week. I'll be talking to you soon.